This week brought news even more shocking than the worldwide coronavirus pandemic. An assault on the capital of democracy by a mob of Americans encouraged by the US president. In his own words, he encouraged them to fight like hell because he wanted to prevent Congress from certifying Biden won the election. Congressmen and women actually had to hide under seats and in their toilets while rioters ransacked their offices. 5 people died because of this incident. So, such a thing as this has never happened in American history. A few days before this assault, Trump called the official in charge of vote count in the state of Georgia. Somehow, a recording of that was released. It was a long 1-hour call, and it was released to the whole world. So I heard Trump pleading with this official to change the election results, even trying to scare him into changing them. In 2019, Forbes estimated Trump's net worth is $3.1 billion. He is in one of the most powerful positions as president of the United States, and he actually has millions of supporters. Many people strive for wealth and position, don't they? Because they think it will bring them freedom, power, and happiness. But through this we can see what such striving really brings. Weakness, fear, and deception. Now, even some Republicans are suggesting Trump be removed from office, even though in, I guess, about 12 days he will be. The first of those Republicans was Congressman Kinzinger. He's a war veteran from Iraq, and Afghanistan is where he fought. This is what he had to say. The president has become unmoored, not just from his duty, but from reality itself. It's for this reason I call for the vice president and members of the cabinet to ensure the next few weeks are safe for the American people and that we have a sane captain of the ship. The U.S. is at a critical juncture. So is the democracy and freedom it has long represented for the world. The situation with Trump and his supporters dramatically demonstrates to what extremes people will go to try to get what they want. First, they usually try manipulation. If that doesn't work, then they just try to force it through. But the way this drama played out, all that manipulation and force is actually causing Trump's power base to self-destruct. Likely there will be yet more desperate struggles to retain power to push through what they want, but their power is fading. I've heard that Korea also is facing a power struggle, and the forces at play sound rather similar to those in the US. Different groups want to retain their power, privilege, and wealth, but there are some who have genuinely devoted themselves to the good of the whole. A lot of people are wondering what's going on through all this. I will touch on that a little bit later. But all of this relates to the importance of choices we make every day in our living. As Eugen said last Sunday, the pandemic is bringing to everyone the questions. Are you living truly? For what do you live? Eugen also said, those who orient in the truth of inmost being and express vibrant life, no matter what, are the hope of the world. To do this, to actually be the hope for the world, we need to make a deep commitment. A commitment to recommit to live this truth again and again, no matter what discouraging energies of fear and depression come. So I was truly delighted to feel in comments from some of you I can see now, after Eugen spoke, how inspired people were. And feeling all of this, I pondered, what gives us the deep conviction to be able to make this commitment? Right. Eugen spoke of the muscle we develop as we go through challenge after challenge and choose again and again to recommit, to express a vibrant life of truth. That points to the strength and tenacity required. Right. What gives us strength and tenacity? Right. Now, some of you might think it comes from gritting your teeth and fortifying your resolve. Right. But I find it comes by surrender. Surrender to the wisdom and power of heaven's design. Right. And our surrender comes from the conviction that heaven's design creates all that is true and beautiful. Right. We actually have abundant evidence of that in nature. Right. Have you seen videos of nature undisturbed by mankind? Birds of amazing variety. More beautiful colors and designs than the best fashion designers. And some birds do very unusual dances to display their full beauty to attract a mate. Heaven's designs are designs of truth. What do designs of truth bring forth? Life. I hope some of you remember from attunement training in the awakening, love, moving through truth, produces life. And that eternal principle is represented in the design of our endocrine system, through our whole body and through nature. Beauty is the evidence of truth. I'm looking at some very beautiful faces right now. When you see beauty, remember, it's there because of truth. The struggles in the United States, Korea, and all around the world are about who or what controls the designs of our living. They're about how things will be and who will get what they want. On the national level, conflict over this produces insurrections, war, and violence of all kinds. Yeah. Behind the scenes, there are those who blackmail, incite violence, and manipulate people to achieve their own personal interests, as Trump has done. But in less dramatic ways, these patterns show in ordinary people's lives too. Who controls what designs, who decides what we do is an issue in many situations. In meetings, in organizations, in working together and living together. Who controls what designs? Design and control are two primary aspects of truth. When truth controls through its designs, life is born. All these power struggles over who controls what designs don't produce life. Right. They produce death and destruction. What if people chose instead to let the truth control? What if conversations were to discover the truth versus force what I want? Those who dedicate themselves to the good of the whole are serving truth. They may, in fact, be the target of those struggling for power. But there's no need for them to participate in the power struggle. They may need to stand their ground, but the power of heaven, of truth, is with them and will prevail. So I want to go back to the question, what's going on through all this?
네.